chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, who expressed readiness of his officers and men to conduct council elections if granted legal backing. He was addressing the National Assembly Joint Committee on Electoral Matters. We are getting somewhere, I dare say. So let's share this story by TVC News' Joke Adisa. Let's go there. Thank you.
Countdown to the Edo and Ondo governorship elections has started, and the National Assembly seeks to understand INEC's level of preparedness. Another matter of concern is the conduct of local government elections and the regular pattern of victory for political parties in power across the states. Others bother on the allegation of a bloated voters register and the delineation of constituencies for elections.
We have seen elections held in several other countries around us. The percentage that you see there has been very, very encouraging. In Nigeria, our complaint is that the percentage is low because a lot of people there are a lot of double or triple registrations.
INEC affirms it can successfully conduct local government elections if given the responsibility.
This responsibility for conduct of local government election is transferred to INEC. Can INEC cope? The answer is yes, INEC can cope. By definition, INEC is the independent National Electoral Commission. But right now, we do national elections, we do state elections, we do local government elections.
On the forthcoming governorship elections in Edo and Ondo states, the Commission says 8 out of the 13 outlined activities leading to the polls have been carried out. The INEC chairman says the Commission faces more challenges conducting off-season elections.
You said INEC should penalize electoral offenders. The first condition towards prosecution of electoral offenses is arrest. We don't have police to make arrests. Secondly, investigation. You have to investigate the alleged offense to get the evidence that will lead to successful prosecution. We have no capacity for investigation.
The lawmakers say there is a window of opportunity to regulate elections at the state level.
There must be an amendment if we need the responsibility of the election, the total conduct of the election to be transferred to INEC. That will require an amendment, and that is a constitutional amendment, not the Electoral Act. And we all know the procedure.
The Joint Committee commends INEC for all its efforts and challenges at giving the nation credible and generally acceptable elections. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
All right, many thanks, Joke there. Ibn Aboso, now the doubt has been removed. INEC is ready to conduct local government elections. You know, as many as 21 states are yet to conduct local government elections. I know that Chelsea's Edo State is gearing up for September elections. Ondo State 20th and November.
Yes, it's a good one. You know, the fear from the people has to do a lot with transparency and accountability.
And then they wonder what role the state, that CX,
yes,
would play.
State Independent Electoral Commission. Maybe they're going to be working together in synergy. The bottom line for us is deliver to us a free and fair election. And there is something we're not considering at this point. During the last election, last general election, there were some people who could not, you know, they were not able to get their voter card.
Yeah.
Has that been addressed? There are people who are probably, for whatever reason, along the line, they have lost their voter's card. What can they do?
And there are people who had moved places.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these are issues that should be addressed. And unfortunately, we don't have that time to address these issues. And then also, it's not going to be a huge problem because the elections won't take place, you know, at the same time. We have various states with various different election dates. So bottom line for us and everyone out there is there has to be transparency and accountability on the part of whatever body is going to be overseeing the local government election.
Yeah. Charles, that Nigerians are fastidious, you know, not an easy people to please. It's very clear here. Yes. But for once, let's have faith in our public officials.
Yes, let's have faith. But again, if you want to have faith on anybody, public officer or not, they must demonstrate that indeed there's something they are doing yes. that will, you know, elicit that faith from you. So for INEC,
faith like trust should be earned.
Yes. Yeah. So for INEC to be saddled with an additional responsibility to conduct, it will be good. Honestly, as you said, they are staggered elections and not election for the whole nation for one day. But again, as somebody said there, we have to tinker with the Constitution, because if you look at Section 7, Section 1 of the Constitution of National Assembly, it says that emphatically that the system of local government by democratically elected local government council is under this Constitution guaranteed, and of course, accordingly, the government of every state shall, subject to Section 8 of this Constitution, ensure their existence under a law which provides, and so on. You see, why people are afraid because of these CX. For instance, I visited a local government, I'm not mentioning where, what state, recently, and I now saw what is a probable reason why you may not have a free and fair election in any state. Now, visit a local government secretariat, a massive structure. When you go in, to the left wing is the chairman's office. Here is the CM, they call CM, I think council manager's office.
Okay.
You go right, you see the vice chairman. Right here is the SIEC office. So I'm thinking, if there's a SIEC office here, you just walk after one office, get to the vice chairman's office, you walk this way, the council manager, you walk here, the chairman's office. How can you conduct elections and the chairman will not win?
The problem is how independent are the state elections?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's just like you have Professor Mahmoud Yakub, his office, President Tinubu's office here, Kashim, the vice chairman of the vice president's office here. Then you move about, you have Right Honorable Bajabiano's office, then you get to the office of. I mean, how is it possible? If you say it's independent, first of all, even the structure.
He's thinking for the Nigerian.
Even the structure itself has to be independent.
Exactly.
The structure, the physical structure has to be independent. Because when you lump these offices together, I mean, they interface every day. There's no way you can say, conduct election that will unseat this man, who you may have got some goodwill from over time. I mean, Christmas is there, other things are there, and you know what I mean. So I think if we must start to get these things right, first, the structures have to be independent, number one. Number two is that if it's possible, we tinker with that aspect of the Constitution where we now take that power from the states to conduct the election and vest it upon the INEC. If INEC can, because INEC, for instance, is going to do what it is do, whether it's going to be in Gombe or Edo or Udo, it's going to do its job. So INEC will not have any vested interest in any particular state or any particular.
Yeah, but the INEC chairman has told you.
There's a proviso if
the fears are laid.
But the if there, we have to answer the if. He said they are ready. He said, "Are you ready?" Yes. But if they are given the responsibility, so that proviso if is very, very strong.
Legal responsibility.
But again, it has it's an art.
So going to the National Assembly is going to the right place.
But again, there are processes. That's what I'm saying. If you want to do it before even the next election in Edo or whatever, I mean, local government, because most of the states where you have this, they are now rushing to quickly conduct election for themselves because you know they can't go to Abuja to go and be asking for their allocation. Before they go over there to conduct elections, so this thing should be expedited to ensure that power is vested upon INEC. So that INEC can stop it.
Suspicion is second nature to us. Earning the trust of government is the problem we're dealing with here.
That is the problem because over the years, at some point, people have been disappointed. At some point, it became obvious that, you cannot trust some set of people. So until, like we said, trust is earned. You don't go pick it off the shelf. You have to earn it.
You don't demand it.
Yes, you have to earn it. So this is the time for INEC to begin to, how do you convince the people that they are going to bring about a free and fair election? So now they are going about wanting to take responsibility. But on the other hand, we are looking at the physical structure as it pertains to, like he said, the location of the SIEC and the chairman and all of that. But even outside of that, SIEC office could be located somewhere far.
You know,
water can pass under the bridge.
Yes.
Me, I know that once suspicion is
created,
fed, you know, is raised, every other thing feeds it.
Follow,
yes.
That's how it works.
So, but we just, I think at this point, I mean, this is the first time that we are looking at this. So let's give them the benefit of doubt that they're going to deliver, you know, a very free and fair.
Again, if given the power,
that's
it, because that one is there.
There's an if there that has to be solved. Yes.
Well, okay, at least we are getting someplace.
Yes.
We are getting someplace. Before the pronouncement of the Supreme Court on November 11, at least 22 states, including my Akwa Ibom, had not had council elections for a while.
There was state I never had. Even governor, there are some governors in the south.
Anambra never get. So we know some, you know. So, but now everybody wants to go there because the proviso is unless you hold council elections, allocations from FARC will not come.
To you. So, if they understand that is
so right, politicians are trying to play safe.
Yeah, which is why I'm saying now that some governors who are, you know, are losing out from that are all in a mad hurry to quickly conduct. That's why I'm saying that whatever INEC needs to do, whatever we as Nigerians need to do, we must ask the National Assembly, saddled with that responsibility, to tinker with relevant section of the Constitution to please do that now.
Yeah.
Because it's not tomorrow, it has to be now. If you do that, then those governors in those states who think they are smart Alex, they want to go over and do certain things to quickly, hurriedly put those structures in place so that they can ask, where's my money, where's my allocation? We'll be told, no, the responsibility has been taken away from you. So that indeed, that physical federalism we've been campaigning for, that devolution of power and all that, we can begin to see a semblance of it as we march towards even the greater picture at the end of the day that will all benefit every one of us in Nigeria. But the way it is now, as I said, both the physical independence, the whatever independence you say about water prices on the water, all this independence, we need to ensure that this independence is defined and delineated, if you wait, so that we can understand that whoever is doing it for the sake of Nigeria, not for the sake of for a few. Yes.
Yeah. INEC conducting local government elections, we are looking at the ideals of federalism.
Yes.
Yes. And we are, you know, like they will say, there's light at the end of the tunnel. We are seeing it already. Because if you look at...
not like suspicious minds who think it is an onrushing train.
Even with all of the suspicion, you know, no matter how good you are, at your first attempt, you're going to make one or two mistakes, and you learn from there. So what I'm looking at is, it's a beautiful one, because now dividends of democracy is being brought to the grassroots.
That's it.
People are going to be feeling the presence of government now. Unlike before that, you have to start looking at how do you get to the governor or even the president. Because if you go to some local government secretariats, you'll be shocked at the dilapidated nature of the structures.
Madam Dixon, let me tell you, no local government chairman, including yours and mine, have immunity. So when they are put there, then go work.
They must work.
Because if any chairman messes up,
that is if
he or she will be kicked.
On the condition that you have a federal body conducting elections to that place. Is that the condition?
But because we have gone past that.
No, because if
the chairman of the commission...
The chairman is responsible.
The chairman,
whatever you do with your budget,
he told you he was ready for the exercise.
With the way it is now, right?
You have to answer to the people.
Well, again, we've not tried it. I mean, somebody asked the other day, was it Babaji that asked? Okay, I think somebody else asked that even when that judgment was given, did you hear from any chairman maybe applauding it or going to church for time?
But I can tell you that both Nolge, if you remember,
Nolge.
and Algon reacted.
Yeah.
They were happy.
Okay, well,
for once, their voices
we're happy.
Are going to be heard
exactly,
again.
Yes.
Well, anyway, we begin to see that in the days to come. But maybe after an election has been, not because most of the elections that brought them in now were at the behest of a chief executive on the
I hear we must go.
Okay.
Don't promote any suspicion anymore.
Okay.
Let's thank Ibenabod Dixon for your time. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, Charles, we can't thank you enough. So that will just about do it for the show today. If you missed any part of it, not to worry. The repeat broadcast is slated for 11 later tonight. And of course, on Sunday, we have a 2-hour stretch for you beginning from between 1:30 and 3:30 p.m. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Bye-bye now. Take care.